The backyard kind of snuck up on us. We really didn't envision doing anything grand with it while we were making our plans to remodel the house. But then it became clear, once the backyard was sort of dug up to accommodate the project, that we might actually need to do some things and want to do some things. So we decided to start simple with a patio and a few daylilies.
The design process is a working process, coming up with a list of wants, needs, and desires, creating that into a space and a design. And even in this one, there's sometimes the best design isn't the first design. It's evolving, where Carrie and I sat down on this project and we had a different idea in mind, and we actually came up with a couple different concepts, and we worked together to flesh out the best one.
Jeff really started to show us the potential that the backyard had, because I honestly couldn't see it. It just wasn't there for me. Jeff talks a lot about destinations, a term I'd never thought of in terms of, landscaping or yards. So we started with the patio and really enjoyed the patio, started spending more time out in the backyard, but there wasn't much to look at. So the project grew from there.
With the outdoor living component of landscaping, people are really drawn to having an outdoor space. How the inside works with the outside, and having a destination, be it a patio, be it something attractive, a place to go to enjoy for family time.
Part of Jeff's genius is how he creates a sensory experience for the client. The sound, the smells, the color, the texture with rocks, berms. He really has a great design aesthetic for nature.
All sites are a challenge, and all sites you just got to find that little hidden gem with them. This one what was beautiful was that it's not a large property, but it was quaint enough, but with the neighbors, so it's really trying to create that outdoor room, not feel like you're on show for everyone. The challenge and the excitement of this property was the upper area. What evolved from the project was it was a large elm tree that really shaded the property and was a great benefit, but it changed the elements of the plant selections. It was more shade tolerant. But once that tree was taken out, it really opened up the possibilities to, gather color, have a lot of popping, interchanging of seasonal color. And what I felt and worked with Carrie on was to have a place that you can look to and feel drawn to it. And once you're drawn to it, you have a destination. So we created a beautiful natural stone patio, a water feature that you can hear off in the distance, but enough room to not be too big to dominate the area, but also large enough just to feel not cramped. So we built in some built-in seating with a natural stone retaining wall, and also with the water feature itself. It was kind of a fun element to, we call it the river runs through it, so it carves in through the stone. So it was a really fun project to work on.
One of the interesting things about starting to really care about your outdoor living space is how similar it is to the way you treat your indoor living space. You start thinking about things like putting art and sculpture in the yard, things that just never would have occurred to me before. I just didn't think something like this was possible in such a tiny little backyard. It takes my breath away every time I come home. We live out here, I would say close to 6 months out of the year. I'm out here as soon as the ice melts, and we are really loath to go back indoors. It's very hard for me to start saying goodbye to the backyard. But we've even talked about putting in a fireplace out here so that we could conceivably spend some of the winter months hanging out here, because not every winter day is unusable. And it's really extended the life of the backyard for us. Instead of being an afterthought, it's the place where we really want to be most of the time.
Hopefully at the end of the day, which Carrie and a lot of clients have, is a great experience at the end.
We're really glad we made the investment, and hopefully I can figure out something else to do with Jeff. It's hard to be done.